Hey there, and welcome back to the Train of Thought, an educational monster train series where we fight the divinity in every run. Man, so I am recording this the day after the 4th of July in the United States, and for those of you who are in the know, I realize a large part of my audience is actually not American, which is cool, honestly. It's neat seeing opinions from across the globe on things. The United States is absolutely wild when it comes to fireworks. I can't emphasize this enough. These are explosives that are held in your hand, and they're very dangerous. The number of people I see do absolutely wild things with them is uncountable. It's very scary. People are holding them in their hands like ha ha ha. And these people are literally drunk while they're doing it. It is truly something to behold. I try to stay personally as far away from it all as absolutely possible because I don't want to I like my fingers. I like things not flying. I don't want to be gruesome about it, but I like the fact that I'm not at risk of permanently injuring myself by celebrating a holiday. It just seems wild to me. This doesn't feel like it takes a rocket scientist to solve the whole idea of, I don't know, don't be around the explosion when it goes off. I actually live in an area where the US military performs the actual fireworks celebration. And one of the nice things about that is I'm so far away from it and it looks cool. Great. I love that. But the backyard fireworks are terrifying. The number of people I've seen just like, whoops, on the news, someone burned down their house because they shot their house with a firework by accident. Don't mess around with explosions, man. That just seems crazy to me. So I don't know if other countries deal with this. There's something very Darwinian, like earning a Darwin Award specifically about I'm just going to handle this explosive in my backyard with no training or knowledge or wherewithal of what I'm doing while I'm drunk. Yeah, do that. Yeah, absolutely not. Oh my gosh, it's absolutely crazy. Anyway, I'm just kind of rambling about this because the truth is I see a lot of people doing very silly things and you hear it in your neighborhood and you're like, please just don't hit my house with that. Keep it over wherever you're doing it. So I'm sure, and the crazy thing is, I'm not even in the worst neighborhoods for this in the States. You could go into the South and just see some people. I have heard stories and I've seen videos of people throwing literal sticks of dynamite on 4th of July. Like, haha, look at this, behold my power. And they're just doing this in the boonies. And, it is what it is, I suppose. If that's what you want to do, I guess that I can't stop you, but I hope someone can. Let's play Monster Train instead of that. Whew. Alright, what are we doing? We're about to play Windleton, but we just finished a very interesting and kind of challenging run. We've had a number of these recently where the runs are not easy, but also they're like a little bit cursed, you know? I would call them maybe below average runs, where obviously you're not playing the worst run of your life, you're not struggling the whole time, but you are solving problems and you're missing pieces and you're trying to win despite that. This run was yet another like that. It was 254 on the series, incredible. It was a Dragon Impling start. We had a Flicker Slicker and Imp Sickle early, which ultimately drove the whole run. Felt pretty good to get that combo off early, but despite the fact that we were lacking in a lot of resources otherwise, there was a Big Sludge infused multi-strike plus 25 Horned Warrior, which we put behind Imperialist 3 Shardtail Queen. There was a -2 holdover Engulfed in Smoke, that was really the piece that made it so we actually ultimately would win. But we also had a Drop Cage plus Dripfall and a Tiresome Climb to handle the days. The problem was, of course, our floor was dying. And the Engulfed in Smoke solved that. I'm pretty sure we got that very late in the run, which is good to see. I'm glad we pulled that off. Sometimes your answers to problems show up in Ring 7. It's just the nature of cards. And as a result, it's very important that you live to Ring 7 in order to see those answers. So you'll oftentimes see in hard runs, I'm skating by, where what that means is essentially I'm doing the bare minimum to live, and I am trying anything in my power to avoid passing away because if you lose on ring 6, you never see the stuff you would have drafted on ring 7 that maybe solves the problem. And that's one of the reasons I stay low on shards in those cases. A lot of runs that I've been playing lately on this series have been runs that in Trainwreck would have been a loss, which is interesting to see, right? It's very interesting to see that and be like, huh, alright, Trainwreck I definitely would have lost. I would have had to reset this combat like 15 times, probably given up, and then just, it would have been an L. So, it definitely proves to me that I do not think Trainwreck or 200 shard runs are truly win streak capable, right? I think you can obviously make some numbers because there's a lot of RNG involved. You could probably get like a pretty comfortable 20 win streak or something, but very quickly you'll run into a seed that is just beyond the capabilities of your run to overcome. And you just like, all right, well, I could win at 100, but I lose at 200. It's interesting. It's something I like to think about sometimes to make myself like understand better how difficult actually it is to play out 200 shards. It's pretty tough. Anyway, we're playing Windleton. Seems good. And that's all I've got. So as always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's see what the heck this run has for us today. Playing some Monster Train. Incredible work. Alright, hope you're all doing well today. I'm doing okay. It's the day after Thanksgiving. Wow. No, it's not. It's the day after the 4th of July. Which American holiday is it, Dusk? Do you know? I guess not. But anyway, it's the day after a holiday. I'm not even going to say what it is anymore. And I'm doing okay. You know, I've got a long weekend, which feels nice. So I'm recording this on a weird day for me. And yeah, seems nice. I'm going to have an extra day off. Love that. So hopefully you're all having a great time as well. Today it's a fine clan combo. Exile, Awoken, Exile, Umbra. I don't actually think that Awoken Umbra is very good. Let me be clear, I think this is a terrible clan combo, but it's acceptable. The main problem you're going to face here is that we don't have any offensive scaling baked into... There's no real clean way of doing that with infusions, but we're blessed in this particular respect because we started with Razor Sharp Edge, so we're already ahead of the curve, right? Our opening cards solve some of our problems. And actually we have great opening cards in general. We're fighting, let me not get ahead of myself, we're fighting Dazed Talos, Rage Arcus, and Diligent Seraph. We definitely handled Diligent pretty well though, so I'm not terribly worried. Razor Sharp Edge, Packed Morsels, and Engraft. The Packed Morsels, love to see it. If I end up some kind of forced Umbra line, we have the tools for it. Engraft is always good. Replaces itself. It's a heal. It's very flexible. Almost opens up Rejuvenate lines as the possibility. It's a possibility. You could maybe do some damage with Engraft. You'd need more copies of it or something, but the fact that it redraws, you could draw pretty quickly through these, so we'll see. Razor Sharp Edge is huge, though. This is a big scaler in the early game, but more importantly, is a huge scaler for our ultimate plan. We can win with just this as offensive scaling if needed. Obviously looking for like a spell chain or something, but regardless. Alright. Temples today are rings 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 5 temples is nice. We can play it very cool then if we need to. We probably won't need to with this opener, but it's possible. Our dupe on 8 is on the magic side. Magic shops in general, very strong with Windleton. We love that with root seeds. It's just good to have in general, making them cheaper, nice, easier to play. They draw faster. It's just really powerful. It's basically card draw. So Ember is strong here if we need it. We might not need it, but it's strong anyway because it lets you play more root seeds, right? On ring 7, we have Magic Shop and Trinket Shop. No Steel Shop. The Magic Shop has Vortex and Horde very strong if we need to. Magic and Steel on 6. No, the removals on the Magic side. Steel Shop has a Cave and some money. Okay. Removal dupe money on 5. Fair enough. Nothing too alarming to report there. It has money, so it's okay. Competes with a Magic Shop. Second time we're missing a Steel Shop, though. Though I don't think Ring 7 really counts. But we'll see. Steel on 4 with an Umbra banner and a Magic Shop with the Vortex. Kind of spread out a bit. Yeah, we don't get doubles early because Ring 7 doesn't actually count for that math. The calculus is if If you're missing 2 steel or 2 magic on 4 through 6, you're gonna see one on that same one on 3. That's how that's how it works out. Ring 7 has its own rules and doesn't really apply. So early game, we have an Awoken banner on the magic side on 2. Steel Shop has an Umbra banner, an additional Awoken banner and a Hell Vent on 3 with the temple in the middle. So if we go magic side on ring 2, which is strong, we have a holdover target, and we like -1s, then we can see an Awoken unit, which is better in every universe than the Umbra unit, so fair enough. Refined Void, yeah. If I end up with a Hollow, this is good because that's 2 procs, but it's also just good in general. Concussive Coals is fine, I suppose. It catches the... what are they? The curse guys on ring 8 we know is there, but it also catches, you know, maybe other things too. You can sometimes play bottom floor, and this is decent survivability, but you know, it's weird looking at a relic like Light's Gift that always works on top floor, and then comparing it to Concussive Coals, which is a 50% chance. I really think Concussive Coals should be a 100% chance, because it's already hard enough to play on bottom floor. So having the auto days is really good. Anyway, we're taking Refined Void here for sure. Grab money. Strangler and Predator, with both shown, I will always lead with Strangler. We can of course lean into either one later, Thornlord or Predator. Having Strangler puts us ahead on the early game in a big way. Plus this guy has a lot of health, and I'm going to take the Mark of Invasion. It's not free, but it's okay. We can offset it with the Refined Void. Yeah, but we're fine anyway. Sometimes you just hit the, you know, the morsel business, and it's like, whatever. Alright, sure. I'm going to plink middle, and then I guess we just have these morsels. I'm going to burn out the rubble morsel and chill on the excavator here. If I redraw it, that's very cool. Cool. Honestly, this is going to be a combat where I don't play something behind our guy, Wendleton, simply because I don't want to block the morsel spots. We will be able to catch enemies with morsels, is the thing. Cool. Play Razor Sharp for sure. I am going to plink again, I think. Look for... oh man, we whiffed. Look, I was going to say look for a better morsel, but I guess not. Sure. We have 1 lifesteal in the pool. We're just going to pop this packed morsels here. Yeah, okay, cool. 1 excavator is big, and we can also put the Antumbra morsel in front to full tank here. And then we just plink bottom floor. Alright, cool. Game is absolutely free. Wow. I mean, what you do here is we just play a whole bunch of morsels, and they actually do drain all of his lifesteal, which is kind of neat, right? Might as well, right? Sure, get another excavator up here. We're chilling. All good. Great work. Not even going to click the rest of it. We have the win. Alright, easy. Having some bonus damage, having the morsels early, very clean for this particular combat. A quick tome on ring 2? Wow. Okay. I mean, yes. It's really good when I don't have Predator yet. I could intentionally take Thornlord now. Yeah, alright, sure. Random ring 2 quick tome. Okay. Now, do I need Perils of Production? I suppose not. It also is Diligent. I think the better play here is almost certainly just grabbing the... is Immortal Trade with Sweep very good, though? I kind of prefer Prismal Dust. Immortal Trade's almost certainly better, though, right? Yeah, I'll take the Immortal Trade. I'm not going into Perils on Diligent. One of the few times I'll skip it. When I already have the offensive scaling and Root Seeds, I don't feel like I need to. Let's go left on Awoken Banner. I don't really care for the Steel side. I don't have anything for a multi-strike right now. There's a lot of things I'm whiffing on, so... okay, 20 Consume is definitely getting used. We have a lot of money here. Awoken Banner. Husk Hermit? It's a little redundant, I think, right? I'm going to put the Animus... I'm going to take Animus. It's something. It's not bad. We're going to put -1s into... Is this a temple? It is not. The temple's coming up. I'm going to put a -1 into a Razor Sharp Edge because if we see a spell chain, that's a pretty cool pickup, I think. So that's good. We're definitely going to 20 consume a Plink. Always worth it. Remove consume. No thanks. We re-roll here. We do get a holdover. Huh. Holdover Razor Sharp Edge is tempting, but... Hear me out. What about Engraft? I haven't seen a Rejuvenate unit, but this activates Rejuvenate in a big way. We have Immortal Trade plus... Oh, we can actually do like an Awoken Hollow line here with Awoken Hollow plus Windleton on the floor. It's very viable. Especially if we take the Engraft, this is really good. This is just a draw relic if I put a draw relic in some cases, right? Engraft is very flexible. Let me talk about this, because if I put a -1 in this, this is a Rejuvenate trigger plus it's basically an Ember relic, right? I could put a Spell Chain in this, and this essentially is 1 cost for... Because it refunds its own Ember, right? It's then 1 cost for a draw relic, which is pretty cool. So it's very flexible in a lot of ways. You could also put just like a +30 in this, and suddenly this thing is now very powerful. A lot of healing. I don't think I need that much healing, but I do think this is actually my holdover, right? This opens me up to a lot of lines. We're seeing another Awoken banner here. So, and also I can just put a -1 in it and dupe it, right? I quite like this. I don't need a +30 here. We have lifesteal we can lean into. I think this is good. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Kind of wild. I do think we should take the money. I'm a little low now. I'm not going to be able to spend it right away, but it'll help me on ring 4. Because remember, we do need units, right? We need unit upgrades eventually. Yeah, we'll move on from here. I'm happy with that. Sure, unit draft, great. Show me a hollow. Honestly, an Awoken hollow would be a killer hit here. So our plan basically is Windleton, Animus, Root Seeds in the back. Man, rolling that early Reconciler upgrade is a bit of a bummer, but we get over it. Great. I am going to Plink middle. Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, I don't want to have to deal with the sap upstairs. That's a problem. Let's keep going. We want to Root Seeds, Root Seeds. I haven't hit the... What's it called? The Quick Tome yet, but we're pretty close to it. Well, didn't hit it yet. We're going to need to lean into, you guessed it, Windleton is the important part of this run, because remember, Steel Slate is just going to full-on murder Animus here, so we're going to buff in front. I'm going to take Root Seeds and the Immortal Trade here. We'll Plink. You know, we didn't hit, and that's okay. He doesn't even swing. It's kind of funny. Alright, we should get the Quick Tome. Yeah, alright, we barely get the Quick Tome, but we do get it. Yikes. Alright, sure. Play some stuff out. A lot of curses getting in our way, but... Plink? Ah, bummer. We do get hit out. Now, the Quick Tome does do a lot of heavy lifting here. We don't die. It's close. That's the Windleton secret. Just don't die. Not having a stat bonus on Animus hurts a lot into that combat. Now, Sting is acceptable. Restoration Detonation is fine if I need it. We should take it, I suppose. 5 health is enough. Yeah, 5 health is enough. It's fine. Not another Razor Sharp. Do I want the Restoration Detonation? It's not bad, but... I'm going to take the Sting, actually. I get another opportunity at perils here. Packed Morsels, Feast. I Feast, I'm not going in on this. We skip here, that's fine. Crucible Collector, Shattered Shell, Animus of Speed. These are not it, right? Neither of these is it, I don't think. The Collector's not bad, but we could potentially do some serious heavy lifting with Collector, Thornlord if we pivot that way. You know, there's a lot of options. The Collector's not bad. I should grab him. He's a good infusion for a number of things. We're going to the right here. Look at this situation. We see a Thorn Hollow. It's not the hollow I was really looking for, but it's not a bad hollow. Huh. It's not a bad hollow. I should grab it. Should grab that. Now, if I take a -2 is interesting. A Purge is interesting. I should look at this. Dupe is probably just the Engraft, which is interesting. This is a weird run because we took the Engraft is very good, but it doesn't do much, right? It's basically just Ember Relic, and Ember Relic is strong implicitly on a Windleton run. So basically we just took an Ember Relic, but this has obvious synergies now with Rejuvenate triggers. So I was looking obviously for Rejuvenate triggers. We find one, not quite the one I'm looking for, but not bad, right? I could, like, what is this -2 doing for me? Not a lot, right? I kind of like the idea of Crucible Collector into the Hollow here. It's a pretty decent play. It's a pretty decent play here. I think we can win with that, right? Yeah, I think it's nice to do this. Lifesteal, when he attacks, he gets a lot of benefit. We're probably duping something else here, but let's look at the cave real fast. Huh, Weathered Coldstones. I could turn Blights into Pyre Health. Or I could take Penitent Remains, which is not that great. Ember Stasis is good in a Diligent, I suppose. It's true. I kind of like Weathered Coldstones, weirdly enough. I'm okay with 5 hit points because nothing walks on Windleton unless he dies. And from this combat onward, if an enemy, or rather a boss, defeats Windleton, it's over, right? We've lost. I don't think Weathered Coldstones is right because it hurts our draw into other more important things. If we're going to take anything, I think it's Ember Stasis here. Yeah, I think so. That's fine. You know, it slows us down, but we can get rid of those, which is fine. We're going to... The -2 here is acceptable, right? I could put this in the Razor Sharp, and then that becomes a spell chain later, which is fine. Sure, we'll take it. The Purge gets rid of a Plink, so, okay, fine again, I think. And the dupe here is actually Engraft. Cool. No shards for that dupe, but that's okay. Now our guy is fully loaded, right? He's gonna get buffs on a different floor. Wow, what a turn 1. That's spiced out. Yikes. The Hollow, I think, can just chill mid-floor here. Yes. Windleton can go upstairs. I'm going to sack the Train Steward. What a turn 1 those Calcified Embers are. Yikes. Whew. Alright, Plink middle. Great work. 5-5-3. The only way I can keep this alive is with, yeah, alright, cool. And Umbra Morsel swings that in a big way. We're not going to put the Animus down, I don't think. Lifesteal upstairs provides a lot of value, which is important. Yes. I might consider playing the Animus later, but not right now. Okay, fine. Mr. Hollow is alive. Incredible work. Go team. I'm just going to plink upstairs, I suppose. I mean, letting him actually hit with lifesteal is pretty good here, right? It's true. I might actually. He benefits from having this lifesteal and this number being higher, so sure. Sure, why not? Fine. That's okay. Now remember, Conduit is spiced out. It's a fair concern. We'll plink downstairs to deal with that. Great work. Go team. Sting up top so I don't lose damage. I'm going to tank with the Rubble Morsel here so he swings. And I think this is another plink bottom. Great work. All of those are going to pass away, so that's a bummer. Thank you, Forged Disciple. Let's go ahead and Immortal Trade on middle. I mean, he auto-wins Relentless here, as long as he's... Right, because we're not afraid of Ember costs, right? Because I generate so much. Top floor's doing good. Wildwood Tome that. No risks. I will plink bottom floor. Cool. A free lifesteal. Fantastic. Even though he doesn't swing here, not a problem. He wins on middle, right? Like, he has this win. 100%. Yeah. He isn't strong enough to win against waves. Alright, we do get a chance to play out one Calcified Embers, so I will take it. Get rid of that play. Great job. Cool. He obviously wins Relentless here. He just has too much lifesteal. Enemy can't offset it. Spikes kills. Great. Cool. Okay. Doable. Shroud Spike, Blazing Bolts, Kindle. Skipping this? Yes. No Awoken Hollow. Get an Alloy Construct, Morsel Maker, Crucible Warden. No, I think we skip here. I think are we in on the Thorned Hollow? I think so. In which case, it is space. Yikes, buddy. But I don't need Ember. I have Engraft. We're going to go left here. Mostly because I need to see, like, plus 25s. Minus 1s are good, but I'm fine on Ember here. Yeah. We'll see some plus 25s. It's okay. Yeah, look at that. Great. In fact, I think I can... Spikes works with Damage Shield. Yeah, true. Great. I'll just do that. Just buy that real quick. Good job. He's loaded. I now no longer need any steel shops. Fantastic. Crucible Collector selling that. Tramp. Let's see what we get in here. Plus 30. A Purge. Another Infusion. I don't want any of that trash. We're looking for what? Thornlord here? Predator? I don't really want... I think I want Strangler having more health, actually. Essentially, Strangler's whole purpose is to force enemies to fight Thorned Hollow. So... more health is good. He doesn't need to be faster, and I already have the Wildwood Tome. Let's just go Strangler 2. This is a weird run where I might seriously consider Strangler 3. Also, cut this Animus of Will. I need this gone. Okay. That's all the removals we're buying right now. Am I going removal dupe for any reason? I don't think so. I mean, I guess I could dupe another Engraft. Honestly, not terrible. The problem is you're going to run into a turn with a lot of Engrafts and a turn with like Root Seeds in it and that Sting are going to easily draw up to 10 because these are replacing themselves. They are pretty darn good. Let's purchase a removal on a Train Steward for the moment. We're going to aim to get rid of the remaining Blights, the Embers, on this combat. Plus 30, no. Purge? Purging a Plink here is actually worth it. Yeah, we'll purge a Plink. It's good. Alright, cool. Let's move on from here. We should win these combats pretty confidently. Yeah, I have no fear of Clipped Guard here. It's good. I get the money for free, essentially. I could even potentially play bottom floor here. It's true. I actually can. Huh. It's actually very interesting. I can play bottom floor and take and have less damage risk. But what's the big, like, why do I care? I can put quick on Windleton. I think we just play top floor anyway, because we're more likely to get the collector this way, right? I think that's really it. We have a 50-50. I mean, bummer, but it is what it is, right? Right? There was nothing we could have done here, I don't think. I'm going to go ahead and play the Immortal Trade anyway. I don't really care. And I will pop Packed Morsels here because I can. Get him, bud. Great work. We lose the Collector. It was a 50-50. There was no chance we would know for sure. Play that Wildwood Tome out. It's good. Chilling here. They're locked down, so I have no fear, right? And then we just keep generating spikes to the best of our ability. This floor is pretty reasonably cleared out. I guess we'll sting. It doesn't matter. The floor is clearing itself, right? We're not getting to the point where they're overstacking. Now, obviously, we will need to refine this going forward. It is going to be very important, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and just blast this Ember out. Get rid of that. Get some Root Seeds down. Seems good. Right? Seems good to me. Generate stats. I do desperately wish to play Calcified Ember. I'm going to use it on top floor just because it prevents me from having to take the spikes damage. Cool. Honestly, we are chilling here, I think. Blast on this floor, play the Root Seeds out. We should do plenty of damage here to win. Yeah, the lifesteal is doing most of the heavy lifting here, is the thing. The damage in the back is strictly me taking damage from this guy's 4 spikes, right? Like, this guy, the Thorned Hollow wins Relentless, so for sure we're okay there. Another Wildwood Tome. Restoring Retreat? There's never anything I want to slot into this floor, right? I guess that the one advantage to Restoring Retreat is that I could play Middle Divinity. Is that relevant? It's not... how do I feel about that? Middle Divinity is good because the Hollow gets punched. Not drawing very fast is the problem. I would need an intrinsic. 1, 2, 3 opportunities. It's not impossible. Let's go ahead and take that. This could become important. Engine upgrade. Ember Cache is the answer to Seraph the Diligent here. Yes. It's just a good card in general as well. Big happy about that. Removal dupe. I wouldn't hate getting another engraft. It's not bad, but I think removing is pretty... And removing is obviously good. -1s are strong here, however. Overstacks are not as strong. -1s are pretty good, huh? I don't really care about the Pyre health. I think removal dupe is going to be stronger overall, if I'm being honest with you. A second Immortal Trade would actually be pretty good here, huh? That's true. Let's go removal dupe. This feels strong. We have a lot of options here, and I can get double removals into Train Stewards, which are rough. Reminder that this is just a Train of Thought episode, so I'm not as worried about self-infusing them or whatever. Another Purge. I mean, honestly, removing another Plink for free is good. These cards are bad, right? The plus 30, I didn't hit the intrinsic, bad things, but fine. I think the dupe here, in my opinion, is it third in graft or is it Immortal Trade? I think it might be third in graft. Sure, I'm good with that, yeah. Third in graft, and then the later dupe can be Immortal Trade, I think. Because we might see like a double stack for it, right? Heaven Seal is a non-threat. Double stack Immortal Trade would be very funny. We generate Ember extremely effectively here, so the important part of that and why I bring it up is because I want to play this Immortal Trait. The reason I bring it up is largely because of we generate so much Ember that we're not really at risk of anything. I don't want to farm him out, so I am going to play out these Morsels, I think. Just get most of them shot. Wow, he killed a guy. I guess that can happen. We get the Collector, that's cool. Alright, first engraft, great work. Razor Sharpen back, I will play Quick Tome, it's good. Root Seeds, fine. This guy's farming us. That's a bummer. I'm not gonna take more of that. That's okay. We just chill. Leave that Packed Morsels alone. We scale. Numbers. Okay. A lot of elites getting upgraded, but I think we have the tools here to win this regardless. We're generating spikes. Look at that. We're doing it. Buff. I'm gonna click the plink here. Sure. Seems okay. We will generate spikes. Is this... This is Harpy. Harpy is gonna have a bad day, isn't she? That's true. You know, the cool thing is we can always toss a lifesteal at Windleton if we need to. So, that's nice. Get him Morsels. I trust. Oh no, I trusted. How could you betray me, Morsel? It's okay, we're totally fine. All of this lifesteal goes in front. This man can absolutely not pass away here. It's 0 risk whatsoever, and we get a free 100 damage every turn. So, this already is a win, right? Yeah, I mean, I knew this was gonna win, and behold, it does. Look at that damage. Oof, feels bad, Harpy. Get absolutely crumbled. Lightstone casing. Yeah, of course I grabbed that. You want another engraft? Yes. I do. In fact, focus growth pretty good here, actually. I go magic shops from here on in. Magic, 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 pretty much, all the way through. Yeah, this is great. We'll take that. Edge Prior is also good if I didn't already have lifesteal in the form of Crucible Collector's Infusion. Third engraft, fourth engraft. No, I'm going to take focus growth here. It's a good addition. Cannibalize, Gem Trove, Grovel. We just skip here. I'm not worried about it. Go right. Yes, removals are nice. I do not need anything really. We'll take the Horde. Emblem of the Exiles is a fantastic hit. Yes. 20 consume is good because we can use that to burn a plink out. -1 here. Tell you what, it's nice that I have 3 upgrade slots. Make focus growth cheaper. Permafrost, there's nothing I want to permafrost here. Reroll. Another holdover. Wow, focus growth is now a draw relic. Right? -1/-1 holdover. Wow, that's good. Vortex here cuts Train Steward, and geez, what do you even get rid of here? Now we're really on the wire. Wow, I could just put a +10 in an engraft. This is actually great in the event that anything takes damage. So one of these might get a +30, and that would be cool, but 10 is fine. It's healing, right? Sure. Who gets my other removal? How many cards do I have? Diligent, how are you doing against me? Ember Cash is 4, which is great. Then we have 8, 12, 16, 20, 23 right now. So we're actually just super okay to burn random garbage out. Like, I should actually consider removing a Root Seeds, just truly. It's good to have stat gains. Let me be clear. I think I might consider a Packed Morsels first. Just because it's a dead draw. Root Seeds at least does something. Packed Morsels does not. I'm going to cut a Packed Morsels. Yeah, it's a low opportunity cost removal, but it is an improvement on my first draw through. We'll hit that. We'll go hit Arcus now. Yeah, we beat Arcus no problem. Lifesteal is big. The only question I have to ask myself now is, how do I need to draw more cards, right? That is the big concern. We'll play top, yes. We'll sting off floor. I will plink off floor. I had a feeling that would hit, but it doesn't really matter. You get the Wildwood Tome up top. Sure. Cool. All good. Alright, we just keep buffing now. Immortal Trade is your friend. We click things. Restoring Retreat is not going to be relevant unless we get to top. Or rather, Divinity. All good. Draw cards. Burn out Plink here. It's good. Guy, I think... Yeah, it doesn't actually swing. It's fair. Now, this is okay. Graft, engraft, engraft, focused growth. I'm just going to sacrifice the morsels here. Good. Yeah, we should be in an okay place, I think. The max hit points is nice. I'm a big fan. You can see once we get going, though, we're very easily drawing into... Look at this. Like, I don't need card draw, actually. What? What a weird position to be in. That's 10 card draw right there. Right? Yeah, actually, with absolutely no further investment, I draw 10. I can remove Root Seeds. Wild. What a run. I haven't had this situation ever. Now, this is the bunk one, right? Yeah, we get blasted a bit, which is a bit unfortunate. So let's just play like all of our stuff mid-floor here, pretty much. And then we murder this man. I buff here. I guess I will click the Immortal Trade up top, even though it hurts Restoring Retreat. I don't really care. It's fine. It's good to have. Sure. And when he swings, it's worth it, right? So we're totally fine. Wild. I don't need card draw. The only thing card draw does for me is improve what? It improves my initial turns before I hit an engraft. Wild. What a weird run. I have too much card draw. Now we win this, obviously. This man does not stand a chance. I guess he takes enough turns here that... I guess he does take enough turns that this potentially puts something at risk. It's just a lot of hits, right? Oh, actually, what's happening is I only do 25 damage. I get it. I have to actually buff his damage so he overtakes the 37 here. It's something to keep in mind. We have enough lifesteal, but we don't do enough damage. That's funny. That's funny. We'll have to keep that in mind for later. Wretch Shard Channeler is fun, but I can't fit him on the floor. I guess I could take double space. You can't see me, but I'm squinting? Is it good? Man, double space and we get bodied by Diligent? Possibly? I really want to hit the Thorn Lord. Getting those turn 1 stings would be huge. Shard Channeler, though, is, like, unironically good. I should click him. I clicked him. Now, keeping him alive is going to be difficult, but... Am I going to take double space? Double space and what? Play bottom? Bottom floor is so risky. What? I can play middle Divinity. Double space means I can play middle Divinity, actually, and then later on, Restoring Retreat him in. I'm going to enough magic shops now. Now that I have this guy, I might consider the permafrost. I might consider like permafrost 20 consume on this. Actually, I only needed it the one time. Double space seems good. Play middle. Crazy, but yes, I think it's correct. Magic shop. Magic Shop says double stack. That's really good for my lifesteal. The Horde today says, Mark of an Exile is great. Extra health is fantastic for my lad. Yes. Very good. Give me Thornlord. We see it. Okay, Thornlord is huge. This accelerates me on Diligent in a big way and also gives innate scaling to Windleton. 20 incants gets me up to where Strangler 3 would, and that's easy to achieve. 20 incants is so easy to achieve. Thornlord 100%. Great news. A -2. We do see an intrinsic, actually. Okay, so... strange. A -2, also strange. Removals, I don't even know what I would remove at this point. 20 consume? Honestly, 20 consume on that Restoring Retreat. Get rid of this card. I only need it the one time. It's pretty good, right? I only need it the one time. Yeah, let's do it. And then we're going to double stack Immortal Trade. And put a -1 in that. Good. Reroll this. Remove Consume? No thanks. I think we're good. Although Remove Consume Ember Cash would be silly for Diligent. It is fully unnecessary. I do think making things cheaper is beneficial. I'm not really playing on Ember Drain here, but I would like to avoid burning my Engrafts. I'm going to put another +10 in an Engraft. You might as well. It's good. Valuable. -1 Ember Cash. -1 Root Seeds is probably it. It's fine. Sure. I could remove Root Seeds. Remember, we're like totally okay with that, but the thing you have to understand is I don't think I actually really need much here. Like with double space and the Thornlord play, I don't need intrinsic. I just sit my Windleton in behind my Thorn Hollow on middle floor, and then eventually I'm hoping to see a Permafrost. Otherwise, it might be difficult to assemble the Restoring Retreat plus Shard Channeler on the same turn. What the heck do I remove? I'm adding 3 more cards thanks to Thornlord, so really we're way over on Diligent. I can fully disrespect here. I actually think cutting Root Seeds is therefore correct. Crazy, but true. I'm going to cut a Root Seeds and another Root Seeds here, as weird as that is. Now, I'm not going to invest in removing Root Seeds, but we're okay. Is this -2 good anywhere? Make one of them free, I suppose. You might as well. At this point, it might as well be free, right? Huh. What if I -2 remove Consume Ember Cash? This card is nuts, actually. I'm going to do that. I know that seems crazy, but this card now costs 0 and is remove Consume, which is... I'm just going to be using that to draw an incant a disgusting amount. It's very powerful. You could toss the intrinsic in it for funsies. Just go hard on Ember Cash. This card doesn't do anything for me is the thing. If I'm going to intrinsic something, it probably ought to be Wildwood Tome just so I hit on turn 1. Like, unironically, I should intrinsic this Wildwood Tome, right? Yeah, okay, alright. You convinced me. We did it. Let's move on. Cool. I'm pretty guaranteed to get... Yeah, Heaven Seal is a no risk here. Fine. Thank you, Windleton. Very cool. We should be super okay to just crush here, right? Our turn 1 sucks until you drop in Windleton, and then it no longer sucks. And suddenly it blasts, right? Great news. We buffing back. Good job. We play this stuff out. We Wildwood Tome. We just sting a bunch. Drawing 8 cards here. Very fast turn 2. And we're cruising, right? This Restoring Retreat is not going to be valuable, but let's plink upstairs just for the morsel. Why not? We'll sting upstairs. Restoring Retreat is for the Shard Channeler later in the combats, right? Not like later in the combats, but specifically later in the run. Can I just... airdrop the immortal trait? I think so. Crazy. I'm gonna burn the links. It doesn't really matter, right? Just shoot something. Cool. And then let's what? Shoot something with this? Yeah, great. We'll sack them on bottom. Play that hack morsels just for the incant. Fine. Now, thanks to Shard Channeler, these stings are pretty respectable. Not the stings, the spikes. That was the word I'm looking for. Doing 144 here, I am going to Restoring Retreat this guy off the floor just so that I can, yeah, just so I can get rid of it. The rest of this is just cool, and now we play 10 million cards, and we're okay. I'm going to buff in front so my... So the thing you want to make sure is you want to make sure your lifesteal is actually powerful here. It's pretty important. So, yeah, we'll do that. Great. We're just playing a bunch of stuff here. All good. The spikes are now doing a lot of damage, 114. I do want to buff stats in front because he needs to hit well with his lifesteal is the thing. I need to outdo the boss's damage. So, yeah, 55 is we're around the point where I'm not worried about it anymore. Yeah. Cool. It's just a... I mean, at this point, I actually am playing an Ember Cache run, and I just generate such an obnoxious amount of stats that it's actually fine. What a weird floor, huh? What a weird run in general. I draw a lot of cards in very strange fashion. Crazy. Easy wins, though, right? Nothing walks on us. It is mid-floor Divinity, isn't it? Sure is. Ensnare is not bad. It's not bad because you can play this on a lower floor to prevent something spicy from walking up, or to prevent overstacks, because Divinity overstacking is going to be the biggest risk to us. Now, hear me out. What if I put Edge Prior into Shard Channeler? That's a AoE heal, which is actually respectable, and gives him, honestly, I have the Edge Prior line. Void Binding, I could get away with this in kind of strange fashion. I generate... Remember when I skipped Perils of Production? Now I have 3 in Grafts. It's basically the same thing. You know what? Yeah, Void Binding, let's go. I mean, whatever is happening in this run is long since stopped making sense. We're doing something pretty unhinged here. Hammered Chestplates, Boon of the Blacksmith, Chain of Gems. Chain of Gems is not bad, but we don't we don't play stuff fast enough, right? Holdover Ember Cache, yes. I would like to generate 5 million cards. It's actually never a wrong thing to generate an Excavated Ember. It's just a free incant. It's actually way better than you realize. I want to make these Root Seeds free still so that they, even once I play Void Binding, I'm doing okay. Let's see what's in the Temple. Oh, Spell Chain. Spell Chain and Graft. Yes. Very good. This is nice because it's another Rejuvenate trigger. Although I guess I could finally do Spell Chain into the Razor Sharp Edge and give it a holdover. Ha-ha! Big damage gain. I'm a genius. But really, at this point, I draw so fast and I have so few cards left over after a play that it's kind of whatever. I guess I'm redrawing the same garbage almost every time. Is Hammer Chestplates ever right? I don't hate the idea of Edge Prior Buddy living another turn. I am just actually going way harder on shards than I need to. Alright, Edge Prior, let's go. Look at this, we've created like an actual channeler. I feel like this is how the game wants you to use these guys, and it just never actually happens. You just have a little man that you put on your floor, and he hangs out and buffs everything. That's actually wild to me. I don't think I ever do this. I guess I'll buy a hammer chest plates and re-roll here, sure. Root split mask. This would be really good if I didn't have Windleton. Firebox, I don't think so. What do you even remove, though, is the real question. What am I duping? I was originally going to dupe the lifesteal, but at this point I don't need to play more of it, right? I got the double stack. What do I do on this run? It's so bizarre. The holdover feels weird. I guess holdover void binding does a lot of damage. It's true. Holdover void binding actually can keep you afloat on top floor Divinity, but I do think it's unnecessary. Again, I can hold over spell chain this razor sharp edge, which is very strong numerically. Our damage goes through the roof, but I don't really care about Ember for any reason, so you might as well put it in void binding, and this is just, what, better, I guess? Remember, I not only can play this, I generate Ember, so I think we're just cruising. I put a holdover spell chain -1 in this, and this is cruising. Right? I haven't re-rolled yet? Yeah, true. Okay, alright. I know what you're thinking. Why not Ember Cache? I don't care. It's a +1 attack to Windleton when I play one of the Embers. I'm going to be getting enough of these anyway. I don't need more. Make bigger damage number? This +10 is going into this engraft. We'll just end up having 3 that heal 11, which is honestly fantastic. Re-rolling here. Double stack. You see me considering it, but even that is too much Ember. That's simply too much. Although I guess it's the same thing as Spell Chain, just one fewer incants. That's actually an interesting idea. The question is, what do I spend that money on otherwise? I don't really know if there's a great pick here. I guess I could buy a removal with it. Right? If I buy that, it doesn't put me under. It's just really a question of, like, is the spell chain actually better here? I guess I could put the spell chain somewhere else. Spell chain Ember Cache. Spell chain Ember Cache. Yeah, you know what? Sure. Alright, we'll buy the double stack. This seems like a more effective use of my money. It's a lot. It's a lot of everything, but we are going to give it a -1 at least. Sure. That's a pretty reasonable card. 20 consume? I don't really know what I need a 20 consume here. I guess it could be Sting. Sure. Ooh, but I could buy a removal. Remember, I am generating a lot of cards, so I straight up don't care about Diligent here. Diligent is not the threat. This Excavated Embers being remove consume is already just defeats Diligent. On a redraw, I'm adding cards. I can probably disrespect him. We're going to cut a Root Seeds here. Yeah, fine. And I'm going to go in here. The Spell Chain is powerful. So I think I am going to put it into the Razor Sharp Edge. It's a large damage injection, which I do think matters if I'm playing middle, so we'll do it. I like it. The 10 in Piercing? I don't think that's it. Sting? Nah. No. And then I have to decide what in the world I'm duping here, which is itself a challenge. Great questions. Originally this was going to be an Immortal trade, but that is, I have enough lifesteal. We're fine. I could just dupe the Ember Cache to disrespect Diligent. It's never a Shard Channeler. I guess it could be. If I play him... If I play Bottom Floor Divinity? Bottom Floor Divinity is a little too spicy. It's going to be unlikely we're that fast. I appreciate the hustle. This Razor Sharp Edge, what is my man's hit points? 65, right? And then 50%, so 32. So he's got 97 hit points. We're not going to run out of hit points here. Now, I do think Void Binding might actually just be stronger than the Spell Chain Razor Sharp, thinking about it a bit. Yeah, this is just better. 170. This is not a train wreck, so let's just go Void Binding 2. Honestly, this run is really powerful. We've done it, okay? Actually, 10 and Piercing Sting is pretty decent. Let's toss that in there. If I get a 15 Steel Wings, that insta-kills him. Alright, we're good. 180 out of 100, let's go. I honestly have overthought this because I'm just kind of having fun. We've already won the run. We figured it out, right? Okay, remember, turn 1 is dangerous. Now, there's a big advantage to playing bottom floor on Diligent, and that is this goon will... What am I trying to say? This guy will not hit me with the curses. Do I fear curses? Not terribly. Not terribly. He's got, what, 11 stealth? I need to make sure Thorn Hollow doesn't die before... I mean, it won't matter, right, actually? No, it doesn't actually matter. The reason it doesn't matter is because we'll have so much damage shield on Windleton that even if Thorn Hollow dies in Relentless, we'll be fine. So, actually chillin'. We play bottom floor. Okay, cool. Here comes Thorn Hollow. Great job. Here comes Windleton. Our burn here is Wildwood Tome. Great job. I'm going to go ahead and drop Vengeful Shard here because, behold, look at that. Ember Stasis coming in clutch. Wabam. And then we Sting triple time to draw 8 here. This is going to be nice. Now, the downside, of course, yeah, this guy is the downside. Because Diligent doesn't respect. Okay? And Diligent not respecting is, you know, a legitimate concern, I think. We burn there. I'm going to go ahead and double Razor Sharp to kill this man upstairs, I think. Yes. It's good. We then come down here. I haven't hit an Engraft yet, which is relevant. I'm pretty likely to hit it, but I have not hit it yet. So let's not go ham on Void Bindings quite yet. These are all, like, I could play the Immortal trade. I'm only drawing 6. I have 13 cards. It is theoretically possible I don't hit one of the Engrafts, right? Or the Focus Growth. I think we have to chill. We chill. Yep. Okay. We do end up hitting. Here's Packed Morsels. Good job. Good job, team. Here comes Shard Channeler. My guy. Alright. Let's play the Antumbra Morsel up top. Here's the deal, is I'm going to use these Morsels as a means to clear out further Light Wings, which is cool. We are going to Engraft here. We blast a man out. Yep, seems good. We hit that Focus Growth. Cool. We're generating Ember now. Now the real question is, how do I survive? I think the play here is Restoring Retreat is the consume today. Then we load up and we can play out everything else we want to here. I Vengeful Shard bottom. I guess I actually plink middle, and then we put the Rubble Morsel here. And then I Vengeful Shard the boss for 120. I think that's superior. Top floor is fine. Look at that. He doesn't even kill the Antumbra Morsel. Fantastic. Sting is my burn. Engraft. We're generating spikes. It's all about the spikes now. We went slower than we wanted to. I guess I can actually just shoot the guy upstairs, but I might as well scale instead. Sure. Way to go, Morsel floor. Bottom floor is now under control. Good. Excavated Ember. Fantastic. Ember Cache. We are going hard now. Yeah, now we go unbelievably hard here. Fantastic. Getting tons of damage shield, no risk. Floors are clearing themselves out. Cool. Now see, this is a great example of, oh no, I have to burn a card, right? We do have to actually burn one of our Engrafts here. But it's fine, because there's only one turn left anyway. So we, what, Vengeful Shard and then Vengeful Shard again, I think? It's fine. Sure. And now we're guaranteed to win this. It looks bad, actually. Crazy how that's true. If we Void Binding in front, we actually, yeah, we're gonna be okay. Wild how the math doesn't actually check out, huh? It's because Diligent gets so many rounds here. Actually pretty wild, huh? Huh. Pretty wild. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. The math, yeah. My guy just gets completely blasted by Diligent. Yeah, crazy. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hey, wait, do we lose? We come pretty close, but we actually win from Vengeful Shards. As weird as it's going to sound, we actually super win because of Vengeful Shards. And I'm going to put the Void Binding upstairs. This is going to be strange. You want to see the Morsel floor kill, boss? Hold up. We super have it, right? Yeah, look at that. That's... I have utterly disrespected this video game. Look at this Demon Fiend Morsel floor. That's why I wasn't actually worried about it. I was like, we have Vengeful Shards, and like we only have a few hundred health down. You could have fixed that because I could have easily just started putting that damage shield in front, which would have kept Thorn Hollow alive through Relentless. But I was just fully disrespecting. This is so much disrespect. I don't deserve this win, alright? I don't deserve this win. You ever see a Morsel kill Diligent? It just feels... It feels mean. But I was never really worried in kind of this weird, overconfident sense. This run just has the pieces to turn a Morsel into a victorious line, you know? Anyway, let's not get too full of ourselves, right? We're playing mid-floor here. Remember that is important. Turn 1 focus growth is a big win. We'll just say that. Also, I appreciate the big damage spike here. I do want to pop damage shield, and then we'll incant. Our goal is basically to hold this floor down. And we should come pretty... Actually, wow. We actually assemble the Edge Prior airdrop here, which is really important, I think. It's pretty cool, actually. Let's get that Void Binding rolling here. And try a Plink. Okay, fine. Excavator can go. Fine. I'm not actually worried about Ember Drain or anything. None of that matters. It's okay. Right? Mid-floor is clearing itself. We are going to keep buffing. Yes. Let's... Doesn't matter. The Sting doesn't do anything. I might as well click it because reasons, but fine. Our goal here is basically purely to increase our damage. So we're going to sack a bunch of Morsels upstairs just because they get swept out. It's fine. I want to make sure my floors actually successfully kill enemies is the most important part. One of the other pieces of the puzzle here that I think is easy to underestimate actually is... I don't want to sting this floor. Is I need my guy in front to do enough damage to lifesteal it back. This is actually really relevant. Sting bottom floor here. Yeah, cool. We clear most everything on this floor. Actually, we clear the whole floor, so we're good. Cool. But it is actually super important that we pull this off. That we have enough damage in front. And, I mean, we do, right? There's very little concern here. I can toss, you know, an extra thing here, and it's good, and we're fine, right? Like, we can do enough damage here. This guy has a lot of life, but it's not that big of a risk. It's good. We generate health, no problem. Damage in the back. We're clearing that mini-boss. It's good. I should consider some damage shield in front. Yeah, I'll do it. Fine. It's good, it's good. Alright, I need to make sure he doesn't pass away. Alright, we're fine. This damage, this is the wave that I was like thinking about. I had the multi-striker here. So that means we can go hard, right? Cool. Great job. And then the guy just swings into himself and dies. And we're okay. Cool. Alright, I mean, that Diligent, let me tell you, I overly disrespected Diligent. And I almost got punished for it. I almost got punished for that. But the truth is, never didn't have it in practice. I just really never did not have it in kind of a glorious fashion. It's very weird to say, but I had no worries. I mean, go back and listen to my voice there, right? That's probably the most telling part. I'm not like, oh no, do I lose? I just look at this and go, uh-huh, sure. Yeah, we're fine. And I'm looking for what is the way we pull this off. Unreal. What a disrespectful play on my part. You know, it's fine. It happens. It's fine. I can't believe that. You know, I even had all the tools to not have to worry about that. Instead, you'd think I intended to disrespect. I didn't. I was just like, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I'm not worried about it. The numbers are in my favor. I can keep him alive with some damage shield. And then I fully underestimated. It's like, oh yeah, it's 4 turns. Math, right? He's not going upstairs. So I was like, oh yeah, 4 turns. That's a lot more turns than I was hoping to have to tank here. Like, oh, we're losing our man. And I'm looking at the numbers. He's got like 800 life. We have Vengeful Shards. We're fine. We're fine. Wonderful. Honestly, a great run. Just very weird and bizarre and hilarious. And it looks, you know what? It's like Diligent, not even a risk. Not even a challenge. Who's worried about it? This is not how I normally play Windleton. It's just sometimes you have to come up with this stuff. Starting with this in Graft is a big play because I like opening up my Windleton runs to Hollows. Hollows are good. Obviously, Awoken Hollow would have been better here. We didn't see him ever, unfortunately, or I would have pivoted. Thorn Hollow is fine. He is fine because he face tanks really effectively for Windleton. An important part of this is that, as weird as it sounds to say, Awoken has bad tanks. The reason Awoken has bad tanks is because Sentient exists. So the design of the clan is built around strong offensive stuff that can be behind Sentient. And then later they added Windleton. The design of Awoken does not consider Windleton. And Windleton needs a tank if you want him to be your damage carry. What does this mean? This means the only really good tank for Windleton is actually Vine Mother, believe it or not, because she's 2 space. He's too thick is the problem here, and as a result, the fact that you have to invest space into giving him a hollow is bad, especially when the hollows have no support in your opening cards anyway. You have no rejuvenate triggers. So opening up circles back, trust me. Opening up to Engraft as an option, seeing this and making it the holdover, not the razor sharp, is actually, in my opinion, a big brain play, because it means you're opening yourself up to the possibility of a hollow as a meaningful component of your run, which is good. It's strong. Hollows are good. All of them are very good. Thorn Hollow, you know, he suffers because his infusion sucks. That's really it. Awoken Hollow is strong because you can self-infuse this man and he gets the whole thing, right? The whole card is there and he's powerful. If you could do the same thing with Thorn Hollow, this guy would be sick. I would be playing him a lot more. I would just be like, yeah, Thorn Hollow, self-infuse him, we'll slam a bunch of restores, find a Shard Channeler and an Ember and an Edge Prior, and go ham. Great. He isn't. His infusion is garbage. It's just spikes 10. It's truly tragic. As a result, he's so slow compared to what the Divinity demands and what the DLC demands. And him being too slow means the only lines that make him winnable are those that speed him up or offset his slowness. Things like Root Split Mask are a big play. Strangler Windleton is on that list, right? If I can force enemies to camp my floor and ram themselves into spikes repeatedly, we're going to be okay. So that's why, Thorn Hollow is not even a risk here because we had the ability to assemble the squad. Thanks in large part to Engraft solving 1 draw, 2 rejuvenate, and 3 ember. This is an ember generator that's really powerful. Focus Growth did great too, by the way. This draws the remainder of my hand, so I'm drawing 10 every turn with no draw relics whatsoever, which is awesome. Divinity was fully so simple. There was no challenge to Divinity whatsoever. Diligent, top floor Diligent was a super option. Let me be clear. I could have played top floor. He would have had only 2 stealth remaining instead of 4, which would have been easily manageable. I would have had more turns to put the damage shield up front. Top floor Diligent, totally fine. Bottom floor Diligent solves the curses, right? We would have been slowed down tremendously by playing top, but I think top is maybe still a little safer, even though we're spending Ember or health on those, or draw potentially on those too, right? A lot of risks there. So I think if we had played more damage shield up front in Thorn Hollow before Relentless, we would have been fine, right? It would have been okay, but we didn't. I put 1 batch into Windleton, which was, a bummer. So it is what it is, I think. Now, as far as actually getting through the combat, we did win off the back of Shard Channeler. I mean, not Shard Channeler, not the Excavated Embers, the Vengeful Shards, and Morsel Floor. I could do something completely memey with the name of this run and say Morsels kill Diligent and like Morsels killing Seraph, which is true. That man did punch. He was a demon fiend in morsel form with like 8 damage shield. I really had no risk because my cards were so strong. We could easily have pushed. I think we could have pushed like 800 damage there if I had really concentrated my efforts on it. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I think there's ways we could have played Diligent, I think, better. I was going fast because it doesn't matter, and I didn't feel like it would matter. It's one of those examples of I just play this game so much, I'm confident I can find the way through. It was like the numbers work out in my favor, and it's okay. And it came close, but I didn't really ever feel like I was at risk. Weird, but fun. An interesting Mimi victory to Seraph. I can't wait to lean into that on the actual... This is going to have Thorn Hollow and a Morsel, and the Morsels kill Seraph. That's wild. What a run this is going to be on. What a funny setup. But anyway, I don't have anything else to add. I'm having a blast. Good times. Good run. And that brings us up to 255 wins on the series. We're really, disrespecting here, but it's still a victory. Come at me, Monster Train. Don't actually. I like having fun runs. All right. I'm going to let you go there. Hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.